When rain falls on Oahu's mountains, valleys, and coastlines, pure, clean rainwater soaks into the ground. But when rain falls into urbanized areas with hard surfaces like streets, sidewalks, rooftops, and parking lots, that water is carried into the city's storm drainage system as stormwater runoff. The city's Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System, or MS4, is designed to efficiently carry rainwater off our roadways and other impervious surfaces into our streams and the ocean. But trash, litter, debris, and toxins can be picked up by stormwater and carried into the storm drainage system as stormwater pollution. Unlike wastewater from toilets or floor drains, which is directed to treatment plants to remove contaminants, stormwater enters the ocean untreated. The city's MS4 is regulated by the State Department of Health and discharges into U.S. waters, so its operations are covered by the Environmental Protection Agency through the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, or NPDES. The City and County of Honolulu is legally required to comply with the NPDES permit and prevent pollution from entering state waters through its storm drain system. The #1 source of stormwater pollution is people. One person's contribution to stormwater pollution might seem insignificant, but multiply that by the millions of people who live in and visit our island. Ma'alama ika'aina and ma'alama okekai. Let's all be good stewards of the land and sea. Here are some best management practices, or BMPs, that are simple and effective methods that you can implement to help protect Hawaii's water. Good housekeeping practices. To maintain a clean environment, you should follow these good housekeeping practices. Maintain a clean and organized area. Sweep or vacuum floors regularly to prevent tracking materials and safety hazards. Use dry cleaning methods where possible. Don't wash any material into the street or storm drain system. And keep in mind, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's easier to prevent pollutants from entering stormwater than it is to clean them up afterward. Here are BMPs specific to different types of facilities and activities. Waste management. Trash, if not disposed of appropriately, can become stormwater pollution. Reduce or eliminate waste by recycling and reusing materials whenever possible, and apply these BMPs. Pick up and properly dispose of litter and debris regularly. Do not overfill trash receptacles or leave trash outside of containers. Keep them covered and protected from rainfall and stormwater runoff. And inspect trash receptacles for leaks and make repairs. Grounds maintenance. Grounds maintenance activities require the use of materials and products that are potential stormwater pollutants and may loosen sediment, which can be picked up by stormwater. Apply these BMPs to reduce the impact to stormwater by these activities. Planting. Protect existing native vegetation and minimize disturbance to their areas. When planting or replanting, consider varieties that will reduce water usage and the need for fertilizers and pesticides. Use mulch or other erosion control measures on exposed soils. Irrigation. Irrigate slowly and avoid excessive watering of landscaped areas to minimize runoff. Inspect irrigation systems periodically for leaks and to ensure that sprinkler heads are turned away from paved areas. Address any repairs immediately. Vegetation control. Use mechanical methods of vegetation removal, such as push mowers, weed trimmers, or hand cutting, rather than applying herbicides where practical. If possible, avoid mowing during rain events or when high winds are predicted. Refrain from stockpiling materials near watercourses and storm drain inlets. And never dump clippings into the storm drainage system or where they can be carried away by runoff. Promptly collect and dispose of grass clippings, leaves, sticks, or other collected vegetation as green waste or by composting. Agricultural chemicals. Always use agricultural chemicals according to the label and safety data sheet. Don't apply chemicals when rain is expected or during high winds. Practice spot spraying and use the minimum amount necessary. And refrain from applying chemicals where runoff into watercourses is likely. Road, street, parking lot, and sidewalk cleaning. It's best to use dry cleaning methods. Collect sweepings and dispose of in the trash. When using leaf blowers, gather debris in mounds located away from storm drains and bag immediately. If using wet cleaning methods, use a mop or wet vacuum to contain or collect wash water. Otherwise, provide inlet protection or direct wash water to landscaped areas if it doesn't contain chemicals. Otherwise, filter out solids and dispose of in the sanitary sewer. Vehicle and equipment maintenance. Vehicle and equipment maintenance and repair are potentially significant sources of stormwater pollution. These BMPs are intended to reduce the impact of these activities on stormwater runoff. Maintenance and repairs. Operate equipment as recommended by the manufacturer. Regularly test and inspect vehicles and equipment and perform maintenance when needed. Perform repairs and maintenance activities undercover when possible to prevent contact with stormwater. Cleaning. Avoid buildup of oil and grease by cleaning regularly. Spot clean leaks and drips routinely. Clean vehicles and equipment in designated indoor or covered areas when possible. Clean small equipment over sinks. Washing. Wash vehicles and equipment in designated areas, away from storm drain inlets or in a vehicle wash rack, if available. Where applicable, sponge wash the vehicles or equipment with a bucket of water. And do not conduct washing in the same areas as fueling or repair activities. Vehicle and equipment fueling. During fueling of vehicles and equipment, there is the potential for leaked or spilled fuel to contaminate stormwater. The procedures outlined in this BMP are intended to prevent fuel spills and leaks and reduce their impact on stormwater. Post proper fueling and cleanup instructions in fueling areas. Perform fueling in a designated area, away from drain inlets, drainage channels, or receiving waters. And keep this area clean using dry methods, such as brooms and absorbents. Fuel vehicles carefully. Stay with the vehicle and don't top off. Inspect above-ground storage tanks, if applicable, for damage or leaks, and repair as necessary. Maintain an ample supply of spill cleanup materials and equipment near fueling areas. All spills should be contained and cleaned immediately with appropriate spill absorbents. Don't forget to pick up and dispose of used absorbent materials properly. Material storage. Pollution prevention and source control measures must be implemented to prevent or reduce the discharge of pollutants to stormwater from material delivery and storage. Store materials per the instructions on the label and safety data sheet. It's best to store materials indoors or under covered areas whenever practical. Provide secondary containment to contain spills and leaks. When storing containers outdoors, place them away from drain inlets and natural waterways, atop pallets and covered, to minimize contact with stormwater runoff and run-on. Ensure that all containers are closed, securely fastened, stored neatly, and properly labeled. Supplies that are past their expiration date should be evaluated to see if they are still suitable for use. Supplies that are deteriorating or in bad condition should be properly discarded regardless of their expiration date. Maintain an ample supply of spill cleanup materials near storage areas. Chemicals. If a chemical is transferred to a different container, a copy of the label must be transferred with it. Never keep chemicals in containers that could be mistaken for food, drink, or household products. Ensure that incompatible chemicals are not stored next to each other. Clean water is a matter of health, safety, and the sustainability of our communities, now and for generations to come. Let's all do our part to take care of it. E ma lama ikawai ola. Protect our waters for life.